You want her passed, now's the time. Again, roll call directors. Here. Here. Approval of the agenda? I'll second it. Yeah, and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Minutes of the last meeting? Make a motion, we accept the minutes as written.
I'll second.
Approval. Any further questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the ayes have it.
Treasurer's report.
Okay, treasurer's report, Sue.
All right, current bills that I have from Tom, and then Burnbone and Contracting, Kurt's Farms, and MFA.
Okay. You don't have a date on it, but, oh, it does a date, there's the date down. March 12, 14.
Here, Norm. That's good to know anyway. That does look good.
Yeah, it does look good.
And that we need to just bite the bullet and do it
Oh, yeah, every year. Wasn't a bad price. Not even a bad price at all.
Okay, this is
Put some more rock behind it, and they put some geofabric behind it. I don't know if the geofabric's on there. Yeah.
I got some,
Yeah, geofabric. $200. That kept that last over the lower rock, and then they put the gravel over it, and then they stacked the next to it, with the wall on top of it, and that keeps it from going out, and then there's too much weight, a lot of weight, like that. And fill it with granular, there's mud in it, too much mud. When we did it, it was all mud.
Well, we got a good grass layer. We got $3,200 with fertilizer,
Mm-hmm.
but it does make a nice levee.
Oh, yeah, it
does a
does.
good job.
No, the Corps always comments we've got a really well-maintained levee. Now, did we pay this? That fertilizer? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, is that from Rick
Yeah.
Or what?
Or
Fertilizer.
MFA.
Yeah.
or from MFA probably?
Yes.
When this minus check, that's what we just, the kind
No, those are from last.
Boy, the levee looks good now, it's getting green.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Now we need rain again.
what are we told on?
Yeah, I wrote it today, it looks really good. I know this stuff really went through the roof. That's only half of it, ain't it? Don't we pay half?
Yes.
So it was about $6,000.
Yeah, a little more.
A little more, yeah.
But you gotta, you want grass, you gotta feed it.
Yeah.
Well, the life of that levee is a good,
Oh,
heavy
absolutely.
root base.
So it was like 9,778.
I'm so tickled with where I dug that little culvert pipe out. I know the pipe is still got railroad ballast in it, but the
Mhm.
water leaches through it.
Which part?
Out in front of me on the south levee, between the railroad tracks and the levee, that used to be a quarter of a mile water hole and a
Yeah.
mosquito nest.
Yeah.
And all that rain we had, it was full, and it took until about 2 days ago to, it's gone.
Mhm.
It's dry.
Right.
And the grass is all green and growed up again, and
Yeah.
it really looks good, so. That was a few dollars well spent,
Oh, yeah.
getting that thing cleaned out.
I will make a motion to approve the bills to be paid in the treasury report.
I will second that.
Okay. Motion on the floor to approve, bill as presented. Any further discussion?
One more, Vern, you've got another bill, Bowman's got a bill coming, don't they, for,
Yeah.
or did I not?
They got another bill coming.
For the, you got one more coming, for the backhoe to clean the ditches out up at the,
Oh,
I didn't see that on that bill, is it?
Oh, you're talking about the previous.
Yeah, just last week
well.
I thought-
North Carver you talking about?
no, when we went up,
Did the intake.
what did we do? Did he come down there and empty the rake box
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
with the backhoe? We
Yeah.
emptied the box and then we went up, we emptied it 2 or 3 times.
oh.
And then we went up and I didn't see that on there, I didn't.
It's not.
Okay, so that'll be next month's bill, that's fine.
And they'll have another one for the work that's being done down there now.
Right, that's,
That'd be North Carver Creek.
the clean out.
Yeah, North
That's
Carver.
looking pretty decent.
Yeah.
We can talk
I
about
guess
that.
we-
Yeah, we'll talk about that then.
Okay. Okay, motion on the floor, and a second.
Yes.
All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, ayes have it. I guess we got old business. Oh, wait on the treasurer's report. You got, do we have another CD come?
I think it's September. Oh,
No, one should be in April.
July.
Oh,
That one, oh, I didn't fix that.
we want to get that one, Bruce, the 25th.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's 2 weeks from now.
Yes, we
In
do
2
have
weeks,
one.
we gotta have 1%, we wanna go to that 4.5.
Yes, actually, it's at 4.75
Okay.
as of
4.75.
today.
As of today?
Yeah.
Check on it, or put it just, well, make sure they put it on when it comes due. Okay. All right, and then this big one comes due in, July.
Yeah. And then that other one we bumped up to the 4%.
Yeah, and that other one we bumped up at 4. Okay, good. All right, under old business, what we got?
Well, this is one of the specs for that crown widening.
One of them's working on it. Oh, I can't see the light. It must be that one. They replaced the battery on that one.
Okay. How many blocks is this about?
I think there was,
40, 35?
there was like 100.
Is that the bid you had?
For the crown
Widening.
widening by the pump station.
You just got the print of what you're doing.
35 on
What
one
you wanna
layer.
put out?
Is there 3 layers?
I think
Two
so,
layers
two
and a
and a cap, if I
So there's
remember
about
right.
35 on the bottom layer, on this print. So it's 2 and a
Yeah,
cap.
there's a side profile there, in
Okay.
there. Side elevation.
Oh,
Yeah,
but that's what the bid's gonna be?
Yeah,
To go
that's
out?
right there.
Okay.
Me and Brad went over the bid specs on everything, and that's what he submitted to the Corps.
Okay.
What, right
Can
right
we
there.
use that to submit out for bidding?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have,
Well, I'm gonna put an little article together, you have to have that in by Friday, right? All right, so I gotta put a little article stating the bid, but that's the bid package right there.
okay.
okay.
I mean, if you want it to run next week,
Yeah, yeah.
How do we pay Bowman's for making that bid package? or-
If they, what Brad and I originally discussed,
If they don't get the job.
get the job,
Okay,
we owe them for the engineering.
okay.
And then if they get it, they'll just waive it.
So in that bid package, they have to, you gotta have the contractor put that in his bid.
But
Do we know what that's gonna be, how much that package is gonna be?
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay, that looks,
Or do
That's
we-
just all the specs right there. We
Yeah.
don't have, I mean, all we gotta do is approve the amount, the bids. I mean, it'd be nice if we had a ballpark idea of what that's gonna cost. I think it's probably gonna
But is the levy gonna have to pay for that?
pay for what?
Engineering.
Oh, the engineering, yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Or can we add that into the bid somehow? That a outside contractor that wants to bid it?
well, I
The
mean,
X
we had to do the
X amount of
engineering.
dollars.
We had to do the engineering to get it done.
Okay.
I mean,
That is not a standard practice.
yeah,
You draft the engineering, you pay for it.
Yeah.
Separate of whoever gets the bid.
exactly.
Okay.
I mean, hopefully yeah, it's just, I mean, that's something, if Bowman's don't get the job, if they bid on it, they don't get it, then we're gonna have to pay that cost.
Pay the cost to
Of the engineering.
Brad and them for
Yeah.
designing it?
Yes.
Okay.
all right.
And he's the only engineer that I know around here.
You might be able to get that price from him anyway. Just
Yeah.
have it handy.
Sure.
Is that fabric, is that pretty strong, heavy fabric? I'm not familiar. It
What's
says
it listed?
6 ounce. And
6
that
ounce.
might
I
be-
think that's standard.
Well,
That's probably what we use,
I mean, that's what-
that's what we used on
Yeah.
that wall.
Yeah,
Well, that was the good.
That was geotech.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was geotech, yeah.
yeah, that would work, that'd be good. All right, you've seen this? I
haven't,
Not?
no.
Okay. So you're gonna put in the paper this?
Yes, I'm gonna write the article here,
That's what we had talked about.
first thing in the morning. So hopefully sometime tomorrow I'll have it for you. But that's sitting on my desk right now.
It won't go in next week's paper then?
Yes.
It will.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got
next
till
week,
Tuesday?
so-
I got until Friday.
Till Friday to put it, oh,
Yeah.
We're
okay.
gonna go in for next week's paper so
Okay.
that we can
Got
open
till
bids.
Friday, okay.
So we can open
Monday
bids
night.
next month's meeting.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
that'd be roughly 4 weeks.
yeah, it won't come out this Wednesday,
Yeah,
it will come out Wednesday.
yes.
Next Wednesday.
Next
A week,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I
Tomorrow,
meant,
yeah.
that's, okay,
A week, yeah.
it won't come out this week.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on their old business?
We got to redo, Brad couldn't find the file for the Division Street build-up road elevation.
He couldn't find it?
We found the bid specs, but that only covered part of it, because we decided that we were gonna go from the burn site entrance all the way to the parking lot instead of just at the high point on that back road.
Yeah.
So, my linear footage,
In other words, you
Of the road is not
you'll
right.
elevate where it runs over there by the big cottonwood tree.
Yes, yes.
At the burn site.
yes,
That'll be level up through there,
all the way, same elevation as where we got the 3 culverts.
okay.
All the way up to the
And
parking
Them
lot.
two will be exactly level?
Yes.
The curve will be a little elevated, be a little higher than
Yeah,
that elevation.
yeah.
Yeah, that should solve our problem for
Oh,
Washington
yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Yeah,
So that won't go out this month, because I was gonna tie in the ramps,
okay,
the rocking of the ramps with that road elevation.
okay. We're gonna use that material off of that palm.
Yes,
And you know, some of that material off the pile that the Corps wants us to move, we could probably take some of that down for that excess road to carry. Back to you. You know, where that, alongside that elevated road, we're carried,
oh, for the bench that's being
yeah,
cut in now?
bench, from the
Yes.
bench.
Is that enough material, rock in there? for
Well, we
that?
could, even if we got some gabion and mixed it half and half.
Yeah.
There's enough fines in that to make it packed tight.
Because Carrie and I talked about that, this morning when I was down there. That it would help that there's one section right there at the curve and up to the old, bench on farther down the curve.
On north side, Gabbard Creek
North,
side?
yeah, North Gabry. There's one section there it would help if that was,
Yeah,
had more there to stabilize it better.
it's soft, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we could use,
And it wouldn't hurt to, if you're gonna put some rock in it.
Yes.
Cut it down a little bit and
Yeah.
put your rock in it, so it ain't got a big old bump in it.
there's he's down to some rock now, but it's still low.
Yeah.
And so, talked to him about from the curve to where he started, or ended, putting some riprap in there to stabilize that a little bit better. Because there's not a whole lot of stone there. And it's soft.
yeah, right, right.
It sure widen that up nice.
Yeah,
A lot
well,
nicer.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Now we need the river to drop out and we raise them gates again and flush it right out.
Yeah, that river come up a foot or
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
It's up for 18 again.
yeah. I talked to
It was just
Brad.
a little too, he could have got more, it wouldn't have flowed so much back on him had the river done what it was supposed to. But when you reach in the water and you got that water table there,
Yeah,
then it's like stacking grease balls.
Yeah.
It just mud flows.
I had talked to Kerry the other day when he was down there, and then I talked to Brad today, because Gary and I agreed that, you know, if we had a rake that attached to an excavator, we could pull that stuff into the side where we could actually handle that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And with the benches there now, we can do it from both sides, even with a regular
With a regular,
excavator.
not a long reach,
Yes,
just a
yes,
regular excavator.
Yes. So that may be something we want to look into, maybe designing.
We used to have a rake that, when we did a lot of land clearing,
Uh-huh.
we used to have just a rake. It was, 2-inch bars by 8, and it was a foot apart,
Yeah,
and it was for front of a high lift, and you could go down and cut the roots
Brush
and then
yep.
and pull them out and rake just the ground
Yep.
and till it
Yep,
and bunch the brush.
that's what we need.
And I don't know what happened to that. That wouldn't be bad if a fellow had it.
8
It
foot.
could be, you could
8 or
get
10
by,
foot.
big excavator would
Oh, yeah.
handle it, 21 of them 20 foot wide, you know? You could rake in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But even if you had
Yeah,
one
make
8 or
it work.
10,
Put your pin bracket in it where it hooked to it, or a quick coupler or
Yeah.
something, where you could hook to it, take your bucket off, and
yeah,
that'd be
all right.
really great.
Well, he'll probably get, I talked to him today, Kerry, and we'll probably go down and do a little
Tomorrow,
more.
yeah.
And pad some of them rock down, and I think he ought to pick up some of them rock that fell on that dirt pile, if he can throw them back where the riprap is and place them and beat them down. Because where he crawled around, some of that's could be packed down with the backhoe bucket. It won't take long, he's spent an hour or so there.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, he's gotten quite a bit done no longer than he's been there.
he probably had about 8 hours yesterday.
Mhm.
And, I think he had 6 hours last week. So he got about 14 hours. There's a lot of mud in that curve, a
A
lot.
lot, 5 feet, he said.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
And it says it's about 6 foot down the riprap
Yeah.
on the inside of the curve. The other side, it's all cut out, and that's where it's trying to dig the rock blanket away. It's cutting into the bank, and then they eat behind it, and they roll out. Okay. Anything else under old business?
Are you gonna get the levee graded before
Yeah.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Is this coming Sunday?
Was out, are they calling for any rain this day? Calling for any
Saturday,
rain
it's
this
just
week?
small
Friday and
things.
Saturday,
Yeah,
Yeah.
chance.
yeah.
And then Sunday, we have that gravel
Tomorrow,
crossing.
tomorrow or Thursday probably.
Yeah.
I ain't sure about tomorrow yet. Probably not tomorrow, but Thursday. And then I want to run the rollers on it. And, at least from 61 to the Marina Road, I think. And maybe up to the city burn.
As long as the grading's done, I don't care.
What's that?
As long as the grading's done by Sunday, I don't care.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear.
It's not very bad.
No, it's not in real
good
bad shape.
right now.
Yeah. It's red,
Tighten up
just
some of that
the
little dip in
the
it.
south part's got a little trail through it, you know,
Yeah.
cut just a little. It won't take much to straighten that. All right, anything else? And we got anything under new business?
So Division Street, there's an issue with this, or potential issue. When we did the surveying to cordon off a portion of that property to convey to Fish and Wildlife, when the surveyor was looking, he noticed, because we had drawn in where Stormy Carpenter Way starts and Division Street runs from Main Street, found that Division Street had never been dedicated to the city, and it's not a prescriptive easement, it's just been used by the city for the dump and for the pilots to get to the airport. So his recommendation is to clean that up some, and we sent it to the attorney for review and said, what's the best way to do this, so that, you know, that there's maintenance that's performed on it, and, you know, that we have free access for the burn pit and for the pilots. But we don't want it all the way to the levee. That wasn't the intention.
Yeah.
So we had marked off where Stormy Crawford Way, where the sign is. That pretty much starts that section of road. But he had drafted a separate plat for Division Street. And so the attorney said, well, we probably ought to just look at getting it dedicated to the city. It's up to the Levee Commission, though, if they want to dedicate it. I mean, we're not asking for it to be improved, we're not asking for it to, anything to happen to it. It's just for maintenance purposes and for right of access. It shows on every map that it's the city's, but we don't actually own it. So that's what you have before you is whether you want, the Levee Commission wants you to sign that paperwork, and then we send it to the board, and then it's up to them to say yes or no as well.
Yeah.
But to dedicate that to the city.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that'd be good to do that, and it'd make it clean up the slate a little bit. And, we just wanna, you want the other two in on it or not, or you want it, doesn't matter, don't matter?
I was always under the understanding the city owned up to there.
Yeah,
They've been maintaining, yeah, it's just a
From the-
formality of
From
getting
the
that,
trash
getting it officially.
disposal site to the levee is ours, right? And always, that's still ours.
Yeah, where they discontinue, the part that was put in was where they cut the new ditch by the cottonwood tree, and whatever many feet from there over was added.
Yeah.
And that ditch was put in, the pipe, and that road was rocked early on. So, yeah, needs to be done.
Do we need a motion for that?
Yeah, it needs to be
Okay.
And I'll make a motion, we turn that part over to the city in writing, so it actually won't be any change. We always thought that was the city's anyway. I did.
Yeah, that's, cleans up the paperwork on them too.
I'll second the motion.
Motion on the floor and second, any further discussion? Not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, ayes have it.
That could eliminate us if there was
Well,
anything.
the liability on it too,
Airplanes in
and
a car or something, it's on you guys, not us.
Originally thought that we owned up to the center of the first culverts by the airport.
well, we have to maintain the
Yeah.
channel through there and the
Yeah.
pipes and so
Yeah.
on, it's not the city's.
Yeah. Okay.
For maintenance
Yeah.
purposes, it's I would think it's our levy, it's for our drainage
Yeah.
for the north end, at both places. Well,
Yeah,
You're still on the surrounding property.
yeah, yeah.
So
Right.
it would be that kind of
yeah,
difference.
that should be at no cost to the city.
Very good.
All right, any other new business?
Yes, then, we wanted to talk about, changing Tom from a contractor to an employee to withhold FICA, and Medicare taxes,
Changing from a contractor to a
to like an employee.
employee, yeah, okay. I thought he was an employee, but I guess.
Well,
Well, we're doing 1099s for him instead of a W-2.
Well, the insurance says we should do that, or who says?
It's been requested that
It's-
that classification be changed
Okay. By the insurance company or what?
by the individual.
Oh,
I don't know, I'm just doing what my wife told me to do.
By the individual department.
We need to do whatever's right on it.
Right, okay.
And if that's what needs to be, that's what we need to do.
Does that need a motion?
Well, that's what my accountant told me.
Okay, well, that's good.
Instead of letting it add up.
Right.
Well, for us, a contractor has to have all the proper insurances and everything
I
else
always
and
have to
all the
send my
proof
insurance
of
every year.
liability.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would take some, pressure off of you to start with. So, yeah, do it,
I think what you could do is make the switch, but save a motion and when you have a larger group,
Yeah.
because you've got a conflict of interest.
Oh,
So you'd only have two of you that could.
Yeah, I think it'd be wise to have, that, I even question that, you know, that's what I was leading up to a while ago about this other thing, we ought to have the other two board members, their opinion on it anyway, and
Okay.
to be aware of what we're doing before we do it. So, yes, let's just,
Hold off till
we'll
next
table
meeting,
that.
maybe
We'll-
everybody be here.
We'll do what needs to be, and we'll bring it up when we have this
Everybody
president. And table it at this meeting,
Okay.
for a later meeting. Okay, is there any other new business?
Oh, well, we already talked about that bench and what Terry's doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't have anything else. One thing, I wouldn't mind seeing a little finish dozer jump in them ditches and shape them up all along by the airport. They're real steep at the top, and then just cut them to a 2.5 or a 3-to-1. They're not far from a 3-to-1, just
Yeah, they should
run
be.
over them and slick them up a little
You
bit
mean
and then
since
seed them.
they chop the brush there?
Should be
I
a three-
think you could do it, then you could mow them with a tractor and brush hog.
It should be a 3-to-1 through there.
Yeah, and they're just washed out a little bit. And if we could ever get a stand of grass in it, then you could mow all that, just one pass with a, Rick's got that 20-foot wide or 24-foot wide brush hog,
Yeah. Well,
which would be a heck of a lot cheaper than the 13 or 1400 we spent, that's still cheap.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's what we spent cleaning that ditch. There was a lot of stuff in it.
oh, yeah.
There was a lot of stuff.
You know, and we kind of lucked out, all that fast water came up and it pushed it all up to our 5 pipes. And
Yeah.
your operator come down there and we dipped all that stuff, it was all piled up right there. So
Yeah,
we kind of got rid of all that stuff, it didn't end up at the pump station.
that was one of my concerns, that if you had if it floated, a lot, by masses and masses of it, because there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
But the creek, when it does rise, it goes north.
Mhm.
And, it takes it up there, and then when it comes to draining it back, it's gradual. It depends on the speed of the pump, and it goes down slope. So that's a good thing. Well, I think we do what we need to do, on that. We look at, I'm wondering, I mean, the river's even backed up in there. No, not much now.
Not right now.
Not a whole lot.
But
The
it's
river
wet.
is in there,
It's wet on them slopes.
Oh, right now it is.
Yeah, you couldn't get in there for a while, but if it's.
Maybe next fall or something to look
Okay,
into.
yeah. Well, it'd be all in heavy weeds and everything else by then. But yeah, we can do, if it's dry and we can do that, we just need to shape that. And they had, we'll have to look at the map, but I think they had about a 12 foot or so wide flat bottom. If we just keep a cup in there.
Yeah, and what I'm talking is just run the slopes down and
A little
don't
longer.
leave no windrow down in
Yeah,
there, just clean it up.
and just-
Leave the bottom like it is, it drains good, it runs good,
Yeah.
it's silted in, it's kind of cupped.
It's cupped.
Why don't we schedule that to where it's mowed, them ditches are mowed in between crops?
Yeah, that's what we should do.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
You know,
saying,
if it's
if we.
2 crops a year, you mow in between the 2 crops.
Yeah,
And that way you're not tearing anything up, you don't have to wait until dead of winter to do something.
right now, the only way we can mow it is with that boom.
Yes,
Yeah,
And what I'm trying to do is make it easier where you can do it with a tractor and brush hog.
yeah.
That or-
Does it with duals on his big old tractor. He'd run right down through
Yeah.
that. He's the one that kind of suggested that.
Yeah.
and he felt he could do that.
Yeah.
Well, Kurtz did that the first few years, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
yeah.
We
We
just
had
got away
tractors.
from them
Kurtz had
and
their-
once some saplings took off.
Kurtz's had their tractor in there the first few years. And, then it got away from us. Actually, silted in and it got irregular and there's other things happening. But, some places washed the gully where a field come in.
Well, all I know is the better we take care of our drainage ditches, the better everything else flows.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
which I'm fine just using the
We'll keep
the
that in
back one
mind.
too.
yeah.
That cost a little more, but
No,
They look a lot
it
better.
saves you money in the long run.
yeah.
Saves money in the long run. Okay. Well, do we have anything else under new business? Nothing under public participation? So,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I think that's a good idea. A motion on the floor, a second for adjournment. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, thank you.